Hi everyone, I'm Valerie at RV Sales in Moriarty, New Mexico, and we are the luckiest people in the world in that I have an incredible IBEX rep, Ray, who's in town teaching us about all the new things that we can expect for 2027. Also, he's helping us out, retraining us excuse me, on all of the things that we've forgotten since the last time we went up and toured the factory in Oregon. These IBEXs are just so jam-packed with absolutely everything. Jeanette and I always joke that these are the entry level that RV Sales sells, and the reason for that is because after 45 years in business, we know what's good and we know what's just going to be good enough to get you on the road and then have you complaining and wanting to upgrade later. We're going to skip that step, just get you on a really great coach at the very beginning of all of it. And so I wanted to talk to Ray a little bit, just ask him a few questions. If you guys have questions as you're watching this live video, go ahead and ask them. Jeanette will interrupt us, and then we can get answers straight from the expert instead of getting them straight from me after I ask him and relearn later.
The expert might not even know the answer, but I'll get it if I have to.
So I think the first thing I wanted to talk about is a little bit about what makes IBEX special. There's a lot of those entry-level brands that you can get into right at the $20,000 price point. Of course, these are going to cost a little bit more. No. But Ray, if you don't mind just telling everybody a little bit more about what makes the IBEX different.
Sure. So the word I always use is versatility, because with the RV industry, you have these entry-level products, just like Val was saying. You know, they're $10,000, $15,000. They're made out of what we call stick and tin in our industry, aluminum frame, aluminum outside siding, and they're made out of wood on the inside walls. That's great. It's a perfect entry-level coach, but you're right. We've skipped that. With IBEX, you're going to get the quality that you're looking for at the value of the price, and that's the difference. Is this the cheapest coach on the market? Absolutely not. Is it the most expensive? Absolutely not. But there is value here, and you will get what you pay for when it comes to the IBEX. And there's a few things that I can talk about. It's the construction, it's the quality, and it's also the IBEX and the Forest River's mantra of taking care of their customers. I think that is also important when purchasing an RV, is knowing that you're buying it from a good dealership, but also is the manufacturer worthwhile? And so those are just certain things that we do. But having a laminated wall, which is all aluminum framing with the Asdale construction that we've added to it to help with rigidity and helping with insulation, but also helping with delamination. We do not have a delamination problem on IBEXs anymore because of something that we put in our wall. Costs a little bit more money, but guess what? It saves everybody money and heartache when your wall starts falling apart.
There's nothing worse than seeing all those
seeing the waves going down the road. So those are the things that we want to do. And when it comes to quality, I mean, how many RVs in this that we know have soft close cabinet doors? Why is that? It costs extra money, but when you slam them, eventually something's going to crack and break. So now we have eliminated that problem. And it's the little things. It's reinforcing the shower pan so you don't break your P-traps all the time. So Forest River has really thought things through, and they want to reduce you having to call Val or Jeanette and saying, it's broke. You know, what do I do? Well, we've gotten rid of that. And by the way, we PDI every trailer before it even comes to you guys. So when that happens and then they sell it to you, then they're going to also PDI it. So more than 2 people have gotten to, you know, a lot of people have actually seen this coach before the customer even gets to see it. So the quality is just going to be so much better. And yeah, it's built by humans, so things shake apart. Things need to be retooled or tightened up. But other than that, we don't have that issue.
I really noticed that. We sold an IBEX last week, and TJ's worked here for about 10 years, and he does all of our PDIs. And he came in and he said, this is much better even than the Forest River X brand that we used to sell. He said, Valerie, I didn't have to fix any of those things that I had to fix. And then the customer, when I called and checked on him the next day, I think the biggest thing that they couldn't figure out, they couldn't find a switch.
Couldn't find a switch.
And we were able to help right away. It was something so simple.
It's a great problem to have.
Jeanette said, I think it's this, and we'll find out. And I'll ask the guys. And the guy went out, did whatever it was, and it was fixed within seconds. He texted back and said, we got it resolved.
Yeah, that's great.
So from an RV dealership perspective, that's a really nice thing for us to be able to say, because of course you guys in the public might not know this, but manufacturers pay us pennies on the dollar for the amount of time that we put along the way. So when you can get a good coach straight from the plant and have built, and I love the way they're going.
We literally have a QC sticker that at the end of the line, there are 3 people that work in QC that don't work for production. So they don't answer. They're a completely different department. They do not answer to the production department. So when they see a problem, they shut it down, and they can tell product production to shut down.
Nice.
So they stop the problem before it becomes a larger problem. But when you tell a production manager to shut his plant down, he gets a little angry. So, but we try not to do that often. But they have that power, and that's what I love about when she signs off. And there are 3 women. I don't remember their names, but they're all women. When she signs off on it, I know that she looked at about 170 different things because she's signing off on it. And then you guys, when you show up, you still have to sign another form, the DAF, right? It shows that we've given you everything, all the parts showed up, and that type of thing. So there's a lot of systems and processes. But when you're driving an IBEX, that I think is the game changer. We have options. You can get it with standard axles, and that's just fine. And that's just the one you're going to take to the park, and I'll still give you a 200-watt solar panel that goes with it, and that's great. But if that extra customer wants to have a little off-road and off-grid type of things, the beautiful part is the independent suspension that is on an IBEX, we have no axles if you want that option. It's called the Beast Mode by the Black Canyon Beast Mode package. And it's the CURT independent suspension, so that means you have no axles anymore. Each tire is independent of one another. So as you're driving down the road and one tire hits something, the other 3 don't, or the other 2 or 1, whatever it is. It reduces the vibration of the trailer by 60%. Well, by doing that, what happens? The longevity of your trailer just goes through the roof because it's not shaking for that amount of time like everybody else is. So when you see an axle, watch a trailer going down the road. They're both doing this, right? Whereas mine is doing this. And I ask you, go on YouTube, check it out, pull up IBEX off-road, and you'll find some YouTube videos of them off-road with a glass of water on the table, and they're going off-road and it doesn't move.
Well,
it's pretty cool.
And I have some videos that we took actually this unit to a car show here in Edgewood not long ago. And of course we hooked everything up the night before because we have to set up at like 5 a.m. so that we can get there early with our big trailers before all the cars get there.
Yep.
But I live on a dirt road, so I did the exact same thing. And as Clayton was hauling it down my dirt road, I was videoing and then did this. Then had him pull off to the side of the road and actually got in the trailer to feel the difference. Because as a kid in the 80s, riding down the road with my dad driving, you could really feel it. In this, it was a whole lot smoother of a ride. It was a lot nicer.
It really is, and that is what you get while you're driving down that road. After a 3-hour drive, remember your shoulders. You know, you're a little stressed out. Your hands, you've been towing something. So not everybody's used to that. When you're driving an IBEX, you really, you know it's there. Don't get me wrong. You know it's behind you, but it is a different program with that suspension, and just the fact that the versatility of being able to not be plugged into 30 amp or 50 amp service and still have everything work in the coach. So in the morning, I don't have to wake anybody up. I can just get my coffee here. I don't have to be plugged in. I can turn my TV on when not even plugged in because it's 12 volt. So is my refrigerator.
Yeah.
So there's just a lot of stuff there, guys, that just make the IBEX, gives you that value that I was talking about. And you also have the dealer base, I also think is very, very important. We're a little picky when it comes to who we want to do business with. And RV sales here, I'm going to tell you, I'm loving these guys. Very, very professional industry, family-run business. You can't beat them. So I think we made a very good decision when we partnered with you guys, and they're already selling them. So they're doing a great job.
Growing together.
Just to kind of give you a little synopsis, we sell trailers that are anywhere from 20 feet long to 32 feet long. We'll have rear kitchens. We've got rear bathrooms. We've got bunk beds. We've got rear bunk beds. We've got it for all different lifestyles. If you just want to put 2 people, I've got that in the trailer. 16 MBJ, 16 MKS, one you just delivered. Those are perfect 2 people travel trailers who people just want to go into the 40 and not do anything. Or we've got this. It can sit a family.
This is one of my favorite floor plans. I don't know that I'm going to take a whole group of family because my daughter's all grown up now and she doesn't have time to go anymore. But God, I just love this floor plan. Everything about this one I love.
It's phenomenal. We really enjoy it. So, this is our 2026. You're not going to see anything different in the 2027 as far as aesthetics. It was a very good year for us, so we decided to keep it modern and keep it looking correctly just the way it is. But we did enhance the front. So we did put a front fiberglass cap on the front of our trailer now. And we brought up the diamond plate a little higher. So I think it looks a little sexier, quite honestly. It looks cleaner. But having that front fiberglass cap, the advantage there is it's a little bit of aerodynamics and aesthetics. It looks really nice. You'll always notice we have a front window on all of our IBEXs. Well, on 2027, we built a box frame around the inside. And so now your shade will just fall down right into that. We added Starlink to the coach. So now we are completely wired for Starlink. So you guys just go buy your own modems and routers, bring them in, and you're plug and play when you get here now. So that's another thing. We did go to 55 gallons of fresh water on the 20 series.
Nice.
So that was another nice feature that we did. Those are the big features in the 2027. You're really not. We changed the step. And it's just a manufacturer step, but instead we're going to white versus black. Those are the
Be nice in the hot New Mexico sun.
Yeah, right. Yes. But we did come out this year. Then for 27 that you're going to see is the 24 bunkhouse. We made a new bunkhouse travel trailer. We made a new rear living room. Our rear bath slide. It's a nice one. It's called the 27 RBSL. And then we just made a rear kitchen 26 foot. And those are all under 30 feet long, too. So we try, our largest one is 32 feet long. That's the 26 BRE. That's the rear kitchen that we have. Then it has the table just like this as well. But it will sit, you have 2 couches in that particular floor plan. But yeah, it works out well.
So that's another thing that I really liked about these IBEXs is they're all half-ton towable, is that correct?
All half-ton towable. Most of our trailers are in that 4,500 to 5,500 range. And right now, I own an F-150, a 2024, and those things are out to 12,000 pounds now. But these half-ton SUVs that tow 7,000 pounds, 7,500, they're buying IBEXs all day, and they're towing very well. Weight distribution hitch. By the way, tire pressure monitor system. If you've never owned an RV and this is your first time, we're going to be able to give the customer a monitor. And I don't know why, but all the early customers are always saying, what about the tires? What about the tires? And being off-road, they're really concerned with the tires. What do we do? Well, I gave you some big knobby tires. They're off-road tires, and they really look good. But I also have the tire pressure monitor system. So there's an LED that I'm going to give you that you're going to put it in your truck or your SUV, and it's going to monitor the temperature and the pressure of all your tires that you have going down the road. So you're going to know if there's a problem before the tire does. So again, it's the little stuff that we just want to make you guys at ease, but the quality, it says, why wouldn't you want to buy an IBEX? Because there's so many different options that you get with us that you're just not going to get with the competition. And it's not that that's a bad thing. They just didn't want to pay to put it in. So, I can make this trailer really cheap, and I can really also make it really expensive. But we just wanted to go to the value that we think it is, and obviously I think our value is a little higher than most. I'm a little biased, but the price point is so affordable for the value that you get.
It includes so much of what you need. TPMS, back when I first started selling it, when they first came out, they didn't do the temperature and the pressure.
Right.
And I had a blowout recently where mine went off and it started telling me that it was going lower, and I was able to pull off to the side of the road beforehand.
Perfect.
My dad didn't have a TPMS system on his, and he had a blowout, and it took out the gas lines for us to fix it, and the undercarriage of the RV. For us to fix it, we had to remove the refrigerator and the stove.
Right.
And of course, when we tried to file it with extended warranty, they said, "Oh no, that's excluded." Well, that's a big expense when by the time you have to remove most of the appliances to fix a flat tire, it's a big deal.
There's
So,
some damage that comes
That's
with it
a
too.
really nice thing
And
to
that-
have, and the peace of mind.
It's a peace of mind
to be able to
and,
travel.
and that's what I like. And insulation, like we were talking about, it gets hot here, it gets cold here too, right? So we have the fully enclosed underbelly on an IBEX standard feature, but we actually added 12-volt tank pads to your fresh gray and black water tanks. And we also put a heat duct going down to your fresh and gray and black water tanks. So it is definitely a well-insulated rig, but if there ever is that road grime that's going under the road, that first piece that we have, the underbelly, the Darko, it's going to stop a lot of that damage from ever hitting water lines or electric line, whatever is underneath that. You don't want that exposed. So that's one of the, another quality thing that I think is important to do. For instance, we don't like leaks. Leaks aren't our friends. So all of our water tanks in an IBEX are rotocast, and what that means is there's no seam. We actually have a vat, we put nylon and plastic in it, we spin it, we get it all hot, it melts, and it turns into our water tank. And when we pop it open, there's no seam. So on an IBEX, the only piece that's ticked is your top. Mm-hmm. And that's the only time that you have to worry about a leak would be the fitting. So, and that's something. And then we put straps on our tanks too to tie them down. We don't want them moving. Mm-hmm. We know if you get water slushing around,
at 8 pounds a gallon,
at 8 pounds a gallon, it's going to move a tank, and it's also going to move an RV as you're driving down the road.
Oh, that's a good point too.
And you're also going to get a lot of sway. So those are the things. It's like I said, I always go back to just it's the little things, but the little things really add up into a high value vehicle.
They definitely do. You kind of talked about insulation a second ago, which made me think as I'm looking at you, like you are not sweating. And
it's not as bad.
It is hot here in New Mexico. I just looked. It's 92 degrees outside. We have one of my favorite features, this window. Awesome. So right now, of course, we have just the window screen. Let me stand up and I'll show it to you a little bit better. So right now we have the fold-out window open. And the bar is open because we, of course, love it when people come into RV sales and say, I've never seen anything like that before in an RV. But, of course, you can close it and have it blacked out if you want privacy at a campground. Still have air coming through.
And then the bug screen.
Literally right now, we have a window open right here. We have a window open behind the camera where Jeanette's sitting.
And that's it.
And neither of us are sweating. We left the air conditioner turned off because we wanted you guys to be able to hear us while we're doing this video. And to be able to sit in an RV in 92-degree weather and not be sweating, that really says something. So tell us a little bit more about the insulation on this rig, if you don't mind.
So you have the laminated walls, which is basically an aluminum frame constructed vehicle. Outside wall, piece of the keeps it together. Asdale, aluminum frame construction, bead foam insulation, another couple pieces of walls pushed together with a bunch of glue under a pinch roll at 400 pounds per square inch, and then that's cured for 48 hours. That is how you make a laminate wall. A vacuum bonded floor, however, is when the same process, but now I'm going to suck out all the air and I'm going to put 2,000 pounds of pressure on it. Does that, the rigidity goes away. I mean, it is a tough floor. That's why we did that, because we know you're going to be hard on it. We're okay with you being hard on it in an IBEX. So having that fully underbelly enclosed, having those heat ducts going to the tanks, having the 12-volt tank pads, having almost a 2-inch wall, your ceiling on this coach is a wood-trusted roof. 16 inches on center, but it's 4 inches in the middle, slided down to 2 inches on the side. I put 2 layers of bat insulation inside there as well, and then OSB decking, and then it's screwed in, not stapled, so the insulation in there is double as well. So not only do you got...
1 second.
It's 92 degrees outside.
Sorry, start it again. Oh. Not completely over. We just glitched on just for 2 seconds.
How long ago?
Just keep going.
Oh, okay. So, what I was saying about the insulation, that is really good with the double layers of insulation there, the fully enclosed underbelly. But now also, I want to keep it hotter too. Not only do I have a 30,000 BTU furnace, I've got a fireplace. Mm-hmm. And that fireplace actually has a 5,000 BTU furnace attached to it. And it will heat a 420 square foot room. Well, guess what? This coach is only about 460 square feet total. So this right here in the morning time is what I turn on. and I have my coffee, and my wife doesn't get mad at me because it's still nice and toasty. Okay, so that is how the insulation is. But I also have a 15K BTU air conditioner. Depending on the floor plan, we can go to 2 air conditioners on here, and that would be a 7.5 coming from the factory. Now, if you guys decide you just want to have this main air conditioner as a standard feature, and you guys want to put your own in there, more power to you, you can do what you want. But we're also ducted now for 2027, even in the 16 series. It's also ducted, and that's going to give you less sound for the air conditioner, but more of a nice regulated structure of having airflow. And I think it will be distributed a little bit better than just having the one on the downdraft. Nothing wrong with it. Noisy, right? Yeah, we all know that, noisy. But so it'll distribute it a lot better. And again, the technology that we've gone to, IBEX, you're never going to see an oven. And the reason why is because we want you to have more storage in our kitchen. Well, that microwave oven right there has an air fryer in it. It also has a convection microwave oven. And anytime you see one of these little guys, I didn't realize it for a while, that's a freaking wireless phone charger. Who knew? And there's 3 of them, 4 of them in this particular trailer. But then you pop it up, 110 plugs, even put USB ports. Anybody working uses a CPAP machine, IBEX is a no-brainer. Absolute no-brainer. Don't have to be plugged in. You plug it right into your bedroom, and by the way, I have 110 plugs and USB ports and a table on each side of every bed. So that's another nice feature that we give you on anything that's not 60. It's got, there's one, but then we have to go to the other ones. But also, so you guys know, 16 series and 20 series has a 300-pound receiver underneath the back of the trailer for a bike rack. The 19 series does not. I want everybody to know that. We're gonna put that in the brochure. I can't tell you how many people have said that. So that's why I'm bringing it up. It just came to my head.
But that's so nice because you can take bikes, electric bikes,
Exactly.
have a generator rack. You almost don't even need a generator with something like this, the way it's set up.
And that's the way it's set up. But having a generator, you can operate your air conditioner and your microwave oven without being plugged in. Because I have, the standard is the 2,000 watt. So this is the Beast Mode Black Canyon package. Independent suspension, 2,000 watt inverter, 400 watts of solar, a water purifier system for the whole coach, and the max vent cover that goes in the bedroom. That will operate every 110 plug in this trailer. It will not operate the air conditioner or the microwave oven, but I've got that handled. So if a customer does want that, it's called the EcoFlow system, and that is the company who we purchase it from. We have to order the coach because we have to reinforce the floor, is where we're going to put, it's called the hub. We're going to give you a 5K lithium battery with 100 amp hours. We're going to give you a 3,600 watt inverter and 600 watts of solar. And you have the opportunity to add another 5K or a 2K, we don't care. But there's room for 2 extra batteries on top of that. And that, guys, all you need is water and food.
It's such a cool thing to be able to do that.
You're set up. I don't care where you are in the United States, Canada, Mexico. As long as you have sun, and you just need water and food, and I can go camping anywhere I want. And having the versatility of being going off-road, my goodness, the opportunities there are non-existent. I mean, they're just great, absolutely.
Yeah, the solar's come a long way over the last few years. I went to the county fair last weekend in my trailer, and I never made a reservation because I don't know if I'll be able to take off work or not. And so at the last second, I hitched on and drove up, and the guy running the place said, "Val, I'm sorry, I don't have a spot for you to plug in." I said, "I don't need it. My air conditioner's already running." He said, "Well, how could it be running?" I said, "Because everything's come a long way, baby."
Yeah,
so it's really nice to have that opportunity where you can just order it straight from the factory, know it's going to be great, and know wherever you're going to go,
absolutely,
you're going to be all set.
And a lot of the times, if you look at some of the competition that have this off-road ability, the Pause, for instance, just a brand out there, it's $120,000, $130,000, $80,000, $90,000. We have so much of the same stuff. And the price is just absolutely different. Now, did they add a lot more inverter issue to it? But do you need it?
Right.
And those are those If you're really getting after it, absolutely. It looks off-road. It is into it, and I love those guys, those overlanders. They're fun. This is a very, very affordable way to get into that $130,000, $140,000 program, and to give you an idea of finding if you really like doing that.
Right.
Why drop that kind of money when you don't need to?
Right.
And this just gives you. We wanted to make this coach look like the masses. So, we took the top 10 travel trailers and we looked around and saw what the floor plans, the color schemes were, and we decided we're going to do that. And by doing that, it really became, we always say there's 10% of the people that walk in the door will never buy a trailer. Then there's 10% of the people, as soon as they walk in, they go, I love it, that's the one for me. Well, 10% and 10%. We got to deal with the 80. And that is what the 80% likes. Because when you guys buy the trailer, what happens in 5 to 7, 8 years when you want to trade it in? It has to have retail value. So if it has retail value and it looks like it's been and it's in a positive light, it's very resellable. Versus that Overland that I was telling you about, it's very nichey. You go buy that, you got to find somebody who wants an off-road vehicle. Where here on an IBEX, we kind of said, the daddy likes the outside and the mama likes the inside. And it was a good comparison and a good bet. And so that is why it looks the way it does.
And performs the way it does. When I met you last September, I was not going to sign up for any new travel trailers. We sell the Arctic Foxes and Nashes. We love them. We do a great job with them. And there wasn't anything on my radar that I wanted to sell. And we walked inside of these, and it was hands down an easy decision. And I told Jeanette, "Hey, I signed up for a new line of trailers," and she was like, "Oh gosh, why would you sign up for something new?" And then they got here, and she was like, "We can sell these. People are gonna like it because they are just jam packed with absolutely everything." The central vacuum cleaner, just everything that you could want. It's already in here, and you don't have to spend a fortune. I had a guy come in from out of state last week. He bought a used trailer, and he got here and realized it doesn't come with a water hose, doesn't come with a sewer hose. Those are basic things that no trailer comes with. So if you don't already know that, just realize no RV comes with those kind of things unless your dealer throws in like a starter pack or something like that. But what this already comes with is literally everything you could want. You don't have to go to Sam's Club or Costco and buy a cordless vacuum cleaner. You don't have to buy the TPMS to feel safe and know that you're not going to be changing a tire on the absolute worst part of the road where there's no shoulder and it's more dangerous. I mean, just everything about these.
Central
it's
vacuum
already
system. I didn't even bring that up. That's true.
No, it's got everything.
And you remember when you were at our plant, a few months ago when I met you there in Oregon. What I also like is all of our material is inside. We just don't let it outside in the rain and the snow. So that's that little stuff. Because if it left out inside in the rain and it dried and everything's great, it probably is going to work. But is it going to work in 5 years?
Right.
Versus it was inside and it was always dry and it was never wet or never had that, the condensation or whatever it was. So it's that, and that you see it when you build it and it's sitting here. You can see that quality that it produces. It's pretty cool.
Absolutely does. You guys have done a really great product with or job with this product, and we're excited to be repping it for sure.
Any questions?
Nope.
Cool.
Excellent. If you guys do have questions, Jeanette's always our standby local rep who's knowledgeable. If you call when she's not available, you get stuck with me as the owner of the business, and I'll have to do some Googling, ask Ray or ask Jeanette.
She knows she can call me. I'll answer the phone. Same with Jeanette.
Which is incredible to have that kind of support with IBEX and Ray. So thank you so much. And thank you for taking the time to come to see us.
It's my pleasure.
We're a small dealer in a small town, but it really means the world to us and our customers. So thank you.
I always say to everybody, you're never an interruption of my day. You are my day. So I'm very pleased with talking with you, and I love this place. You guys have been wonderful. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you.